Welcome, Mama. I'm so pleased that you're here, that you're about to take on this awesome training. This training is going to help you massively increase your patience level so you don't shout at your child, even on the most challenging of days. And that's without adding another job to your list. This training is for mothers with young children, including early teens, any mum who is constantly having their patience tested, and mums who want to eradicate the burden of mum guilt. As mothers, if you are the primary carer, we hold the key. A loving atmosphere in your home is the foundation for your life, quite rightly said by the Dalai Lama. I'm not questioning how much love you have in your home. Of course you love your family. What I'm saying is, if you are able to increase your patience levels and reduce how much you shout and lose your temper, you will find that you will live in a much more harmonious, calm, enjoyable, loving environment that you can enjoy yourself and that your family can enjoy as well, which is so important for now and also for creating those relationships that will stand the test of time as your child grows. So who am I? My name is Laura. I'm mother of 2 young children who are growing at light speed. I'm a yoga teacher for adults and also for children, and I am founder of my company, Juvo Living. Juvo stands for to further, to support, to guide, and living is to live that way of life. I'm also a project manager, and that has really helped me in my role as a mother and also as a yoga teacher and as a coach for mothers. So before I had a regular yoga practice, mindfulness, I confess that I did lose my temper and I wasn't as patient as I would have liked to have been. And there were times where I had my buttons really pushed and I either lost my temper or I had to hide in the loo because I was afraid of what I might say or do. So taking that kind of flight or fight stance. And then when I started to practice regularly and I started to know myself better, become more self-aware, know what my triggers are, I became much more patient and a lot calmer. And I could see the change in not only in myself, but in my children as well, and in our household in general. So a lot more calmer at home than it was before. Now, there are lots of societal expectations that when we become mothers, we are expected to take on that role as well as many other roles, so juggling. And it's my mission to change those societal expectations. It's my mission to be in a space and for mothers to be in a space where it's absolutely an expectation that they do take time for themselves. So that's what I want for you, and that's why you're here today. Why the urgency? Well, because time passes very quickly, and in a blink of an eye, your child is going to be grown up and flying the nest before you know it. And if you think about just in terms of time and how quickly it passes, think about when you were 5 or 6 and you had your earliest memories. That was like yesterday, right? And look how quickly that time has passed. So I want you to think about real time versus what it feels like, and know that it's so vital for you to make the changes now so that you can enjoy the now. If you invest the time in this now, you will not only be enjoying your family now and feeling happy yourself, you will also be investing in the future relationship that you have with your child, especially when time gets tough, when they start to get hormones, challenges themselves, maybe at school, college, university. If you build your relationship now, it will stand the test of time for the future. That's why it's so important. So you can enjoy the current moment, day to day, but then also when your child grows and when they become adults themselves. So this is what I'm coming to support you with. So to be a good parent, you need to take care of yourself so that you can have the physical and emotional energy to take care of your family. Michelle Obama has it absolutely right. And I know what you're saying to me. You're saying, oh my gosh, how on earth am I going to look after myself when I've got so much on my plate? And that is what I'm going to help you with today. Mothers are everything. You are juggling so many different balls, and it's so normal to juggle all those balls and to put yourself last. That's what we all do. But actually, what I'm trying to do is to get you to realize and to know that you are just as important. It's so important that you take care of yourself so that you can take care of your family. But I do understand that it needs to be manageable, and that's what I'm going to help with today as well. So with our roles, how do we make time for ourselves? Prioritizing your needs is not selfish, it's me too. That's a real mindset shift that can happen, but it does take some work. Me too is not selfish. It's taking care of yourself so that you can refill your cup and take care of others. Circle of support, that's going to be a massive factor, and being able to ask for help. Something that we do find tricky and something that we're not very good at doing, but it's really important that we do that. And I'll talk about this more later on. Block planning. So this is where my project management skills come in. It's about looking at your day and seeing where you can take maybe 5 or 10 minutes in the beginning to look after yourself. And when you do that and you get your consistency, then that's when it all starts to fall into place. Communication is really, really important. Being able to have the confidence to say, I need help, or this is how I'm feeling, or can we do it like this? Can you share something with me? Can I share with you? So working on those communication skills with our loved ones is going to be key to making these changes. Consistency is really important, and consistency is also, it makes it easier to take care of yourself because you know what's coming, you know what's happening, and also for your family. So if your family knows that you are committed to something, in the beginning sometimes it can be, a bit of a change. It takes time to get used to change, but once you get that consistency in place, then it becomes normal. And then finally, finding your tribe, surrounding yourself with people like you, PLU, as we say. It's important that you do that because you need to be able to feel comfortable being you, and really finding your tribe will support you in that transformation. I want you to live guilt-free. Be free of your mum guilt and take control. This is a visual that I'd like to share. Old way versus the new way. So the old way, you might recognize this, it might feel familiar to you. Head in your hands, feeling like you have nothing else left to give. you can't see a way out, you feel exhausted and emotional. This is the old way. I want to get you to the new way. That is why I'm here, and that is why you are here. To the new way where you feel brighter, you feel happier, you feel confident, you're guilt-free. This is the transformation that I'm working with you to make. I will add a note here to say that we are human and sometimes it doesn't always go to plan, and that's okay. I would say I kind of aim for an 80-20 rule. If I can be where I want to be 80% of the time, then I'm in a good place. If that starts to change, I know what I need to do to get me back up to that 80%, and that's what I'm going to share with you today as well. So to put some words to the old way: tearful, impatient, shouty, flat, exhausted, sad, distant, frustrated, overwhelmed, angry. Can you relate to that? It's totally normal if you can. There's no shame in it. It's totally and utterly normal. This is the new way. This is where I want to get you, where you feel happy, enthusiastic, joyful, patient, present, energetic, in control, calm. How amazing would it be to be in this place? That's where I'm going to get you. So just to touch on the relentless cycle that you might find yourself in. Child pushes your buttons, you lose your temper, you shout at your child, brush your teeth, do it now. Situation worsens, mum guilt sets in, mum-child relationship is strained. Again, this is really normal, but it is possible to break the cycle. It is possible to not go round in this relentless cycle. So you have two choices. You break the cycle and make changes now, or you carry on as you are and hand it to your child to deal with. That's the decision that you need to make. If you're ready to make those changes, you're in the right place. So shift number 1, control your stress response. In order to change your response, to break that cycle, you need to rewire your neurological pathways so that when a situation arises that's stressful, that is making you frustrated, you are very self-aware and you know exactly what you need to do to take control and create a different outcome. And that's where adopting the new habits come in to change the outcome. So you don't end up shouting, everyone's crying, it's all a disaster, you're even later than you were before. It's changing the outcome so that it becomes a positive outcome. So what will this achieve when you are able to do that? So you'll be sitting in your sympathetic nervous system, which you will recognize as fight or flight, where you want to scream and shout or do a runner or hide in the toilet. And you're reaching that boiling point where your body, you can feel that in your body, that burning sensation. When you manage yourself and you change those neurological pathways, you are able to be in your parasympathetic nervous system. So you're returning your body to a calm state. You're able to think clearly and manage effectively. How? That's the question. So our first port of call is to implement your self-care routine and your mindset. Don't you just love this mama with her big heart and her big red lips? I've put this on because I really want you to take care of yourself. And that is going to be the first key to the transformation. It's going to underpin our ability to make us more patient, to enjoy our family, to release guilt, to be in a place where we can enjoy our family, where you can enjoy your family. So, as I'm a yoga teacher, I absolutely know, live and breathe the benefits of yoga and meditation. Practicing yoga regularly will allow you to connect your body and your mind and keep you nice and calm and help you to stay in control and to be self-aware. So that combination is where you're taking care of yourself, and then also you can transfer those skills to be able to manage those stressful situations. Meditation is so powerful. It takes practice, I know. It is difficult, but the more you practice, the easier it becomes, just like your yoga practice. And your little ones can enjoy it too. And even your teens, when they get older, working through exam practice, life stresses, pressure, if they can build those skills with you when they're younger, that's something that they can absolutely use later on. It's important to eat well and stay hydrated. So looking after yourself, again, the 80-20 rule, that's really important. But if we don't eat properly, regularly, and the right foods, then we can have our sugar dips and we can affect our energy levels. So I want you to have a really nice balanced nutritional plan so that you can keep your sugar levels level, you don't have any dips, because actually that can really affect your patience levels and how you react to things. So keeping yourself in a good nutrition plan and also keeping hydrated, that's really going to support you in your self-care routine. So why does this work? So it will cultivate your inner calm. It will set you free. You will be happier. You'll enjoy your family more. You'll heighten your self-awareness so that in those stressful situations, you know your triggers and you know when they're going to arise. So you can already start to change the outcome before it happens. And supporting your self-control. I know when I don't self-care as I should, this starts to falter. So I know when I need to make those changes to bring it back in line, and that's something that you're absolutely able to do as well. So coming back to the self-awareness, shift number 2 is catching the signs early. So when you have that mind, body, soul connection, that will provide self-awareness so that you know when it's the, kind of the balance is off kilter. So you will know when you need to make those changes to bring that balance back in place. This can benefit you by increasing your patience levels and shouting less. Being in a calmer environment, that is going to cultivate a happier, calmer, more conducive environment, better for your relationships, stronger relationships, and more enjoyable so that you can actually have fun. That's so important, to be able to have fun and make the most of the time that you have with your children while they're little, while they're at home. To offer you today, one of my gifts is the traffic light communication system. I use this a lot at home because it's a really clear way of communicating how I'm feeling and how my children can also become aware of how I'm feeling and how we can manage situations in a really positive way. So as you can imagine, green is feeling very calm and happy. Amber is where my buttons are starting to be pushed and my patience levels are possibly wavering a little. And then red is where I'm going to lose my temper. So communicating where we are in that stage, in that process, is really helpful for your children so that they can work with you, and also so they can use it themselves, how they're feeling. Because, you know, a lot of the time it takes time and practice to actually communicate how we're feeling. And this is a really clear way of being able to do that. And again, being able to change the outcome. So you're rewiring your neurological pathways by using the tools that I've given you, and especially this traffic light system. Your next shift is to sharpen your focus. When we're overwhelmed and we've got a lot on our plate, it's really hard to stay focused in one task, staying present. So to practice that is really, really beneficial, staying present within your family so that you can be in that moment. If you go back to a past memory that you have, a really past special memory, you will remember that. Your kids are going to remember you being present. They're going to remember how they felt. And being able to contribute to that and being able to own that is really, really powerful. And you are setting those memories up now so that they can enjoy them in the future as well. So how can we be more present? If you take your mind to a situation where your child had made a bid for your attention and you were already partaking in activity, maybe something in the household, working, having a conversation with another child, a sibling, possibly if you have multiple children, maybe looking at something on your phone. If your child makes a bid for your attention, before you say no, try and think about possibly saying yes. And if you can't say yes, then you need to be able to communicate why you can't say yes in that moment and negotiate when you can spend time with your child. There have been many occasions in the past, and I'm cringing when I say this, where my children have made a bid for my attention and I've prioritized my phone over them. For whatever reason at that time, I thought my phone needed me more than my children. Wrong. Our children do need our attention and they need to feel heard. And that also includes prioritizing them over our use of technology. Like I said, there are moments where we do need a bit of time, maybe to wrap up what we're doing, or maybe to say to them, okay, I just need a couple of minutes and then I'll be with you. I just need to do this first and then I'll be with you. And once you start practicing that with your child, they'll start to trust you and they will get used to you needing to do that, and then they know that you're going to be with them as soon as you can. So that's absolutely something that you can practice. So being self-aware, not automatically saying no, and then practicing that as well. Your next shift is to play more. When we're in a space of self-care, when we're feeling good, where we're feeling energized, where we're feeling lighthearted, it's so much easier to release your inner child, and so beneficial. It's fun. You should be having fun. Your children are small for such a small amount of time, so it's so special, so amazing to be able to play more. There are some activities that you might want to play more than others. So it's really about communicating with your child to find something that you both love, that you both enjoy doing. I mean, who doesn't love dancing around the kitchen? Your children love it, you love it. And, you know, maybe there are other things that you love just as much as your children do, and the other way around. So it's about working out what you can do with your child in that moment. Why is it important to play with your child? It's so important because, like I said before, life is very short. And I have a friend who is now an angel. She passed on, and it's really resonated with me in terms of making the most of my children whilst they're little, and making memories that will imprint in their minds and in their hearts for the rest of their lives. And my dear friend always said to me, make the most of the time that you have and enjoy it, because you never know what's going to happen. And as you can tell, it's really resonated with me, and I really want to share this with you because I know firsthand how life can take a turn and how short it can be. So I really want you to spend nice time with your children and to be happy and enjoy your family whilst they're small, and build those relationships so that when they grow, you stand the test of time, and have a nice time. That's so important. So your final shift is to get support. I hear all the time, I don't have time, I need help, but I can't ask for help. This is something that we are determined to learn as a child. We want to do things ourselves, we want to be independent. No, I don't need help, I want to do it myself. You know that well, probably remember that when you were young, and you're probably experiencing that now with your child. So this is something that we need to learn again when we become mothers. Asking for help is really tricky. I totally get that, and it does take practice. But it's so vital and fundamental to ask for help when you need it, so that you can take time for yourself, so that you can share the load. And I know it's not always easy. You might not have someone at home to share the load with. And if that is the case, then you need to look outside the home and see who you can get support from. And it is possible. You just need to be brave enough to be able to ask for help. Now, people love it when you ask for help, because it means that they're supporting you. You can then support them. So it becomes that community again. So remember, it takes a village to raise a child. We're all in this together, and we are ready to help each other. We just need to be brave enough to ask and to start the ball rolling. We are expected to juggle it all without complaint, but it shouldn't be this way. So the longer we accept it is what it is, the longer this method of mothering continues. And that's why I want us to practice, and I want you to practice to ask for help and get help where you need it. Now, I do appreciate that all these shifts take time, they take reflection, they take mindset work. But this is really where the magic is going to happen. It comes from within you, and you do have it within you. You absolutely deserve to enjoy being a mother. Your kids deserve that. And it is possible, but it is going to take some time. It is going to take work, but it is possible. So here are the shifts that you're going to focus on to creating a true transformation. You're going to improve your self-care routine. You're going to improve your self-awareness, increase your patience levels, sharpen your focus, and play more. And this will result in having a calm, confident, connected family, content you, and happy family now and also in the future. Why haven't you made these shifts already? Because you're exhausted, you're overwhelmed, acceptance that you need to make a change, you might be feeling stuck, and you might need someone to show you the way. I totally get this. Because you think how you are operating now is the only way to parent your children. But it doesn't have to be like that, and that is why I am here to support you. So why the urgency? The urgency is that time is ticking. Your child is growing at light speed. And before you know it, they will be grown, they'll be teenagers, they'll be in their 20s, in their 30s. Time is moving very quickly. Also consider that we don't know what's going to happen in this life. So it's so important to make the most of now. You might be considering what my intentions are. Look, I enjoy my family more than ever now, and I want the same for you. I don't want you to have any regrets. I want you to be free of your mum guilt. You absolutely deserve it. And I want to help you improve your mother-child relationship now so that you can secure them for the future. So there are 3 types of mother. Mothers who are unable to accept they need to take action. That's not you, because you're here, you've taken that first step. There are mothers with self-awareness who are continually seeking change but don't for whatever reason. And there are mothers who have self-awareness, who are ready to break that cycle, who realise the importance of this transformation and are ready to do the work now. If you are mother number 3, then I'm ready to work with you. Now you have to make a decision. Are you ready? If your answer is yes, this is how I can help you. Over the next few days, I have made space for you in my calendar. The call is completely free. The call is designed to understand your specific mum challenges and creating a personalised step-by-step plan to implement immediately. All you need to do now is book a call with me. Don't wait, act now. Remember, time is ticking. Much love, talk to you soon.